Let me take you on a journey that involves a bit of family history, a touch of mystery, and a whole lot of humor. As a young child, I remember family gatherings filled with laughter and stories. One reoccurring topic was this doctor with an unusual name, Dr. Spear. Now, what kind of doctor do you think would have a name like that? One Christmas Eve, I overheard my grandpa in my grandmother's kitchen recounting a visit to Dr. Spear. With a twinkle in his eye, Grandpa Raymond described the doctor's unconventional methods. Hold on, Raymond, Dr. Spear had said. Let me give this another tug and pull. We'll get rid of these puppies in no time. Grandpa demonstrated walking bow-legged, exclaiming, for crying out loud, 1 minute I was standing there. The next he asked me to bend over for a quick check. Next thing, let's just say, the story took an unexpected turn. Years later, I heard my dad talk about his own visit to Dr. Spear. I never thought much of it, assuming Dr. Spear was just a regular family friend. Fast forward to when I was 25, working for Estee Lauder as a regional brand development manager. One day, just as I was about to start my rounds visiting department stores throughout Connecticut and New England, I felt an uncomfortable pain in my behind. After a bit of self-examination, I discovered a large lump. My goodness, it was painful. Naturally, I called the one person I trusted most, my grandma, being her firstborn grandson and her favorite. I knew she'd have the answer. With confidence, she said, "Sonny, you need to call Dr. Spear." Why on earth would I do that? I asked. She replied, "He's the rear admiral of our family. He'll get to the bottom of things." And boy, was she. Soon enough, I found myself in Dr. Spear's office. With no insurance, as it hasn't kicked in yet, he generously agreed to perform the office visit for only $50. Most proctologists would require this procedure to be done in an operating room with an anesthesiologist and nurses, but not Dr. Spear. There I was, lying on my side with my back facing both him and his nurse. I heard him say, "Nurse, stop telling the patients I'm gonna get to the bottom of things." Boy, was he a comedian. Mortified with the feeling of the unknown, I braced myself for one of the most painful experiences of my life. After the removal of my unwanted visitor, the nurse handed me a pill and a cup of water. As I swallowed, Dr. Spear said, "Now hurry up and get home. You have about 25 minutes before that pill kicks in." Confused, I asked, "What are you talking about?" "Doctor, I have to go to the bank and cash a check." As I sat in my car at the drive-thru, waiting to cash the check, I started to feel a wave of euphoria. Goodness, the Percocet or Vicodin he gave me for the pain was now kicking in. And now, as I look back, I finally understand what my grandpa and dad were talking about in all those holiday picnics and functions. It was the infamous tales of Dr. Spear that bonded us through laughter and a shared understanding of a rather peculiar family tradition. Those moments, filled with humor and a touch of discomfort, are now stories we tell over and over again. laughing harder each time. So, next time you hear about Dr. Spear, remember, he truly gets to the bottom of things. And here's a funny thought to leave you with. If Dr. Spear took care of my great grandfather, my grandfather, and dad, just how old is this guy? Now he's taking care of me. I'm his fourth generation of Schleichers. Either he's discovered the fountain of youth, or there's a whole family of doctors, Spears, out there dedicated to getting to the bottom. Or there's a whole family of Dr. Spears out there dedicated to getting to the bottom of things. No pun intended. If you miss any of my other wild and crazy stories as a child, check out this playlist. It'll be sure to keep you laughing.